A socially responsive environment is one in which the teacher promotes social responsibility within the class. The students are taught and expected to coexist peacefully and respectfully while also contributing to the class as a whole. Culture is created from and involves unique and vast experiences from students' background. This is why diversity exists within the same culture group. This is also why teachers oftentimes have a much different culture background than his or her students. Therefore, engaging and connecting with various cultures in class can be challenging. One way teachers can close the gap is by openly discussing various stereotypes through group discussion lesson plans as well as promoting cultural awareness. There are gaps in culture, but there are also gaps between genders. Currently, 80% of high school dropouts are boys, 80% of students with behavioral issues are boys, and only 44% of college students are boys. These gaps between boys and girls should change our teaching methods because boys and girls deserve to receive differentiated instruction. One way teachers can change this would be to attend higher level trainings to develop a further understanding of exactly how to make instructions more effective. An individual's sexual orientation refers to their own sexual identity in comparison to the gender in which they are attracted to. In other words, sexual orientation refers to whether or not an individual is heterosexual or homosexual. There is much controversy over this topic in schools. In fact, many parents don't like it. However, teachers can teach on this topic by discussing things such as TV ads, commercials, and overall media. The biggest problem with economic differences within a classroom is a lack of engagement lower economic children face, and therefore a greater change of academic failure. In 2007, a study found that students not in Title I schools consistently showed positive engagement, whereas those in Title I schools did not. There are various reasons as to why this happens. However, it is up to the classroom teacher to change this fact and engage students of all socioeconomic statuses. Teachers can do this by promoting rich literacy and vocabulary lessons.
Promoting respect for diversity. Create an atmosphere in which you and your students can learn the best. You'll learn from them as they'll learn from you. Know that not all students have the same resources as others do, and come up with different alternatives for when this takes place. Gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered related issues often arise in schools. These include bullying or harassments against other students. There are high rates of truancy, dropouts, substance abuse, homelessness, and suicide amongst GLBT youth. The best way to avoid this is to make sure everyone is treated equally in the classroom, and if there's any bullying, take action. The best way to embrace religious belief diversity in a classroom is to talk about the different kinds of arts, tell stories, avoid using the words us and them when talking about a specific religion, and always teach about the religions instead of persuasion. Ethnic and social diversity sort of ties in with religious beliefs as well. The best way to embrace it is to teach about the different cultures and to be sensitive when covering such subjects. It is also important to make sure that all students are treated equally and that if there's any bullying, that it will not be tolerated.